be like me. This man thinks I'm saying all of this.
Yeah.
She pisses when she farts. Sometimes she sharts. Booty rocking cowgirl coming to my barn. The prophets of TikTok about me, probably. Hi,
Hey
everyone.
guys.
Welcome
I
back
said,
to Like the Queen.
hey guys today, and I nailed it. Like I didn't even
You
cheat
did.
and say welcome everybody. So
And most importantly, you didn't say hey gay.
it's true. By the end of season 2, I will know how to introduce the podcast.
And speaking of the end of season 2, we are coming to an end of our summer. So we will probably only have a few more stories left for you guys. And then we'll go back to our normal scheduled shenanigans that you hear about every week, plus more dating advice.
Yeah, just a little bit of everything. We're reaching August,
Absolutely.
I think, in our journals today. So
We are. And
this is
then
fun.
we started our podcast in the middle of September. And so we really only have like a month left of things to tell you.
Yeah. Exciting,
Kinda
exciting,
crazy.
exciting.
It is. Well, Victoria, do you want to start with your week update?
My weekly update. Yeah, I'll start. So we just started like in-person rehearsals and everything this week. So that is what's been happening since the last time we have filmed here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's literally all I've been doing is working 10 to 6 every day, running and running and running. But this weekend, we did have our first little excursion, which was very exciting for me because
That's
I've
so
been
fun.
inside of this apartment. And we went to the movie theaters and we saw the new Scream movie, which
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10, loved it. And
Was it
I got
scary or more satirical?
satirical. I don't think it was,
Okay.
it was really, really a playoff of like the original Scream movie.
Gotcha.
It was good. I enjoyed it. While I was seeing the movie though, I got to meet some of Liz's friends from college. And it was fun. I ended up sitting in a row by myself with one of them. And I was like, Liz, guess who I'm with? But it was
she
really
said all
fun.
positive things.
All positive things. Yes. No, they're
Mm-hmm.
great. Everybody who I've met here in this tour company is a 10 out of 10.
Have you met someone who you like? Yeah, this is a good friend. Like, this is someone who I like a lot.
Yeah. The other girl that's in my show, her name's Bethany. She
Mm-hmm.
is just literally the sweetest person, and she's just like she's so tiny and she's just filled with like bubbly energy. And
Cute.
I also like to think that I'm like a pretty positive person, so we bounce really well off of each other. So I'm happy that she's in the cast.
Is she the one that pops up on
Yes.
Facebook? Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Bethany, if you're listening to this, you pop up as a mutual friend all the time on my Facebook.
Yeah. But that
so
is genuinely, that has been my week. I have been rehearsing. I auditioned for like their summer season here this past weekend.
Nice.
It went really well. We sang, we danced, and we had our first dress rehearsal today, actually.
Wow.
And everything went smoothly.
Good.
Your favorite enchanted princess is feeling pretty in her sparkly pink costume.
I want to see pics. You have to send me pics.
I think we're taking pictures tomorrow, so.
That's so fun.
I will.
Did you when will you find out about the summer season?
Not until like the end of March. They don't even start callbacks until Valentine's Day weekend. So
that's crazy. Well, keep me updated on that.
We will see.
What about like the boys up there? Any cute boys?
Not that I have run into. Honestly, guys, I know I'm failing. I'm failing miserably at this whole dating app thing. And that's just because when I get home, that's like the last thing that I do. And I haven't even been on dating apps. But I say that like I don't have 3. My most recent text or like this person Hinge, this person Hinge.
So like you are busy.
So like I am on the dating apps. Hinge has been a 10 out of 10. Like I'm really vibing with Hinge lately.
Good. have you gotten your Bumble back?
Yes, Bumble's back, but
Yeah.
I, yeah, thank you, Bumble. You're great, but I've still just been going to Hinge because that's where I've started like most of these conversations.
Yeah.
So we're talking to a few guys, and I don't really know what's to come of it because I actually don't have a single time slot right now,
Yeah.
but I'm talking to them, so
Yeah. Well,
that's
like your
quite
show is about
literally.
to go up,
Yeah,
right?
our show goes up
Yeah.
like a week from today. So after
So then
that,
you'll have more time.
some moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
That's
weekly
awesome.
update though. Nothing too crazy. Just
That's awesome.
classic theater stuff.
I love that.
Liz.
I think I mentioned it in our last episode. I went wedding dress shopping in Maryland with Claire, and she
Yes.
got the most gorgeous dress. Gorgeous. She looks like an actual princess in it. And it was really fun getting to reconnect with my friends up there. And also, like, Maryland is rich with history. I didn't get to see much, but like the town where she's from is where Francis Scott Key is from and where he's buried and all. So it's super cool,
Yeah.
just like America's history all up there. Boy wise, I am going on a date tomorrow
Okay. Is it with a
with the
returning
cute,
character?
with the waiter.
Oh my gosh. He scored
I'm
around two. This is
I'm
crazy.
really excited and really
Yeah.
nervous. Like he's been talking to me for over a week. It took him days to be able to ask me out on a date. I don't know if I don't I think we recorded the episode before that moment when he asked me out. So he sent me like a
Yeah.
text in the morning and I didn't hear from him for 8 hours. And like I had responded to him and then like he completely like ignored whatever we were talking about beforehand. And 8 hours later he was like, would you like to grab dinner sometime next week? Like it took him all day to work up the courage to say that.
Oh my gosh. Classic man.
I know. It's really cute though. And like
That is sweet.
he doesn't try any funny business and it's been over a week and it's just strictly like him talking to me. And I found out how tall he is.
Tell me.
6'1".
Oh, that's a 10 out of 10. I'm talking to a guy right now who's 6'7".
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
Victoria. We
I texted him and
love
I
a
said,
guy over
"You're
six
not
eight.
lying, right?" And he was like, "No, why would I lie about that?" And I was like, oh, that's 10
You'll be
bonus
like,
points.
say less, say less. But
Yeah.
okay, so you're telling me we're going on a date now, right now.
So you're coming to pick me up immediately, right?
Yep. That makes me so happy for you. The tallest guy I've been out with was 6'5".
Yeah. I think same. I don't really know.
Same. Hmm.
There's a
I feel
fine
like
line
6'3".
between um this should be a topic on our episode. It's like a fine line between like what do you consider gone out with and then like just I guess you know. And like I've hooked up with
Wait, what?
guys. Like
What?
I don't think I've ever gone out with a guy who is taller than like 6'2". I've
Okay.
hooked up
Yeah,
with
that
tall
is
guys.
no, that's a good conversation to have.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway,
we should do yeah, we'll do that. We'll talk about that at one point.
we'll come
So
back to that.
I'm supposed to be going out with Mr. Waiter in school to be a lawyer
Yes.
tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that. And then I don't know if it's gonna happen because I haven't talked to him all weekend. So this guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's from another country, which why do I always
I was
do
like,
this?
that's classic Liz. Classic Liz.
He's really cute. And so like I had his phone number and everything, and then he like added me on Snapchat as well. So like I know he's not catfishing me because I've seen him. I
Yeah.
I because of him adding me on Snapchat, I was able to find out his last name. And so I
Mhm.
looked him up on Instagram, and it turns out this dude who I've been talking to is kind of a social media influencer.
Oh,
He has almost 100,000 followers on Instagram, and he's like the CEO of a travel company and posts all these videos in like his original language. I'm not sure what it is, like talking and like traveling. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so you're kind of a big deal. And this guy's tall. I think he's like 6'3", 6'5", and he's from another country, CEO,
Yeah.
social media influencer. I really hope we go out, but if not, I'm just still like super excited about going out with a guy who I authentically met.
That is exciting. I'm glad
Thanks.
that you have some dates lined up.
Yeah, I'm really
Keep
excited.
me
And
updated.
last time we chatted, I was telling you about like applying for other jobs, and I'm still doing that and working on finding something like to work from home with. I
Yeah.
got like a second round of questions from a celebrity magazine about being a writer for them.
Okay.
And I would write like 3 to 4 articles a week between like 300 to 500 words each article, which that's like nothing.
I was like, that is
And
easy.
easy peasy. And
Yeah.
I'd be writing about celebrity gossip with these people
We love
as a
celebrity
job.
gossip.
I read it every night. I'm like, this is the perfect job for me.
Well, I hope that goes well. That's exciting.
Thank you. So we'll see. I don't know how long it'll take for me to like find out anything, but I'm
Yeah.
excited for like the possible opportunity.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
you should be.
Thanks. I think
I'm
that's like the
gonna start
biggest
worrying
thing.
about that later.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Right now, that's not on my mind.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to like my goal is to get a job to work from home and then buy my van, buy my camper and go travel around.
And go travel the world.
Yep.
You
And
can do it.
also,
You can.
I didn't tell you. I got a call back, an in-person callback for a new musical.
Yes. Yes, yes,
So
yes.
that's happening February 6th.
Okay. I love that. We love
And
an in-person anything.
yeah, this is like my first one in a year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to learn new music for a show that's not out or anything. That kind of stresses me out. And like I was talking to Kevin about it last week, and he's
Yeah.
like, "You'll be fine. Like it'll be fine. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
You got it.
It'll be fine."
I
But
agree
how
with
cool would
Kevin.
that be?
That is so cool. I
I
love
really
that.
hope I get that. And
Yeah.
then I got a text today from like the jazz band lady thing, and we're gonna be meeting next week. So I
Okay.
got meetings. I got meetings. We'll see.
Okay. She's booked. She's booked with meetings right now. Come on.
Booked with meetings, booked with dates. Busy gal.
We love to see it. That this just means for all of you guys listening, content. So you're welcome.
So more to come. Next week you'll find out about the dates, and then the
Mhm.
following week about the meetings.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Was that your week?
I think that's my week.
Okay.
I don't think I'm missing anything.
Yeah. Pretty,
I don't
it
know.
was
It's
like a
been such a
pretty,
blur.
that's how I feel. Like, I'm sure that my week sounds pretty laid back, but like, I feel like I've been on my feet, but like,
Yeah.
that's the week.
I've been running like a million miles an hour.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question for you. Do you know the TikTok sound? She pisses when she farts. Sometimes she shards. Booty rocking cowgirl.
Actually, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, so I was letting Claire, my friend who's engaged, who also works on our social media with us sometimes,
Yeah.
I was letting her swipe on Tinder and like all the other dating apps, and we matched with this. I am obsessed with him. He's hilarious. We're still Snapchatting, even though he's like up in Maryland and I'm here. This
Yeah.
guy, and let me just read you this conversation because I think you will laugh so hard.
Oh my gosh, I think I will.
So in my bio, like one thing I have is like, um, I can eat a whole box of mac and cheese by myself. What's your superpower?
Yeah.
And did I just accident? No, I didn't do that. Okay. So when we matched on Tinder, he messaged me first and he goes, "My superpower, I can say my ABCs backwards, get one upped." And I said, "Well, Claire, well, this is me and Claire. I can
Okay.
make my tongue look like a three-leaf clover. How about that?" My parents better not be listening to this. And he goes, "I can helicopter my dick. Bet you can't." And, and we said, "What if I told you I can?" And he said, "I'd say do it with me." And then We go, I don't think that would follow helicopter air codes. We might crash. And he goes, oh, it's allowed. It's just advised not to during severe rainstorms. And she goes, really bummed because I'm trying to come up with a funny response to keep up with you and struggling. Maybe I need some hands-on training. He goes, it's okay. I'm struggling too. This massive horse cock is always in the way. And Claire
Oh
goes,
my gosh.
just wait. The Princess when she farts is coming. She goes, I know a stable where you can store it. And he goes, you a cowgirl? And Claire puts in quotes, acting like me. This man thinks I'm saying all of this.
Yeah.
She pisses when she farts. Sometimes she sharts. Booty rocking cowgirl coming to my barn. The profits of TikTok about me, probably. And he goes, I was literally going to reply with that if you said yes. Glad to know what I'm working with. And then I like responded back to him and he sent like a couple messages and I was just like, whatever, like I'm not gonna see this guy. It's been fun, this little like game.
Yeah.
And then he sent me his Snapchat, like a contact thing, like automatically. And so I added
Yeah.
him on Snapchat. And yeah, we've been Snapchatting and he's hilarious and really cute.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I think I
I'm
have
gonna
a
send
friend.
Claire all my dating app information so she can just do that for me.
So she could
That
just
is
troll men
so
like that.
funny. I think that's so funny. And if they're
It's
like, if they're
hilarious.
still willing to have that conversation.
Yeah, she just told that guy I piss when I fart and sometimes I shart and that I'm a booty rocking cowgirl.
Yeah,
And he was
I
like,
love it.
yes. He's like, yes, this is the girl for me, the one who pisses when she farts.
Taste. Taste.
Taste.
That's amazing. That's
No,
amazing.
I definitely piss when I laugh. There's been more times Victoria has seen me running to the bathroom laughing so hard than she probably needed to see.
That's a Wisconsin story in itself. This is going to be our segue into Wisconsin stories. One day, one little old day, me and Liz were on a boat. And we were on a boat because we were invited by an employee at the hotel we were staying at. It was great. It was a nice boat ride. On this boat ride, she was taking selfies, as you should on a boat. So she
Yes.
posts. We find later on Facebook this picture, and it's a selfie. And me and Liz are located in the background of it. I, of course, am always camera ready. I always know. So I'm looking at this camera serving. I'm giving it my all.
She is. She's smiling. She's cute.
And Liz is looking at the camera. And Liz is like, I can't even like do it. But Liz was actually not ready for the picture.
I was dead.
Liz looked like
face.
she was actually dead. Like she hated her life on the boat. And
there was no life to my eyes. There was not a single thought in my head.
And we find this photo. As we're like walking into our room, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at this photo. And we both immediately are dying of laughter, kind of like we are now. And like, we are fighting over the bathroom in our room, in our hotel room. We're like, no.
And I literally like bent over with my legs crossed, squeezing my pee hole, trying not to pee everywhere.
Liz got to go first because she was struggling. She was struggling in the moment. I could hold myself together, but I can attest.
The moment I pee.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I probably did a little bit. I can't even remember at this point, but I probably did. As hard as we were laughing, Victoria was actually screaming. She's like, "What's wrong with your face?"
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
It was a
mini
fun- it was a
Wisconsin
fun
story
boat
for
ride.
you. It was so
It
funny.
was hilarious.
But now we can get into our actual Wisconsin stories for the week.
Yes. So we're going to start with our little road trip the day my parents got here. This is actually the next day. Because they got like there late in the evening, I want to say like early afternoon, evening,
Yeah.
the night before. So this is our first full day with my parents. 7/19/21. I woke up a little bit earlier to take my mom to Lake Holcomb Cafe. She loved it just as much as me and my friends do. We bought a caramel roll for my dad for when he was done fishing. We decided to drive to this park that's 15 minutes away in Cornell. We didn't park because it would have cost money, but the view of the lake was breathtaking. It would be a great date spot. We then headed to downtown Cornell to explore the town. We bought some cranberry flavored cheese at Dylan's Dairy. That was pretty much all you could do in this town. We headed back to Paradise to pick up my dad and Victoria. The four of us headed to Thorpe, which this is a great city, or not city, great town like to visit. Very small town vibe
Yeah.
for our listeners. One of my favorite small towns in Wisconsin. When we first got there, we drove around trying to figure out where to eat. My dad mistakenly pointed at a rug store and said, "What about there?" And my mom, being the smart butt she is, said, "Where, David? Are you going to eat a rug?"
It was iconic. I
It
was
was really
dying.
iconic. We were dead, dying laughing. We ate lunch at this really cute cafe before we started exploring the town. The town had random painted cow statues everywhere. We stopped and took pictures at every one. We went to the store that was like the local Dollar General. Everything was dirt cheap, and the lady there was so informative about the town's history. We continued walking around and went to the famous meat store and this cute little bakery. We got three giant desserts for only $4. Wild. Our last stop for the day was to the Marieke, I don't know how to say it, Marieke Gouda Holland's Family Cheese Farm.
Wow.
What a place. As soon as you walk in, you can see hundreds of the giant cheese wheels in the back. People were also eating lunch there. Not only did they have a crazy cheese selection, they had lots of wines and moonshine. We bought some little moonshines for everybody. We then went outside and I started jumping on the giant cheese with the kids. Most of them fled at the sight of a grown adult going crazy on a giant cheese, but two young boys stayed and thought we were very entertaining. We tried
Yeah.
riding their bike things they had outside, but they wouldn't budge on the gravel. We then went to the farm part and saw them milk some cows. We even got to feel the milk passing through this pole.
We
Fun
did.
little side comment.
Ugh.
It was warm. We headed back to Paradise and had dinner outside with my parents. Alec and Madison later joined us, and we all drank wine and moonshine together. It was a perfect, beautiful evening.
It really was.
It was.
Yeah. I kind of wrote exactly the same thing in my journal. I said we jumped on giant cheese, and the two little boys on that giant cheese, they stuck around through
They
thick and
did.
thin. And we were jumping, we were screaming, we were like videotaping ourselves. We were giving everything we had. And they were too. So
They were too.
it
They
was
tried
fun.
really hard to match that energy.
They did. They did. It was a really fun day.
It was a good day. We're gonna skip a couple of days. There's some bad days in there. And then there's a little sidebar about me, Victoria, and the guy who I was seeing this summer. We went and saw Mamma Mia, which was
Yes.
fun. What did you think about him at Mamma Mia?
Like at the show.
Yeah, because that was like the first time like you hung around him.
Yeah, that was the first time I actually like I got to hang around him. I mean like I thought he was fine. He held conversation and he put up with my jokes. I don't know how much information I'm allowed to give, but I thought I was so
Joke
funny. And I was like, I can do what you do
about curling.
about curling. I was like,
Yeah.
I can curl. I could be in the Olympics for curling. And he was like, haha, yeah,
He's
you
like,
could.
fine
And I
enough, we
was
have
like,
an open spot.
wow, thanks. So
Yeah, he was a good sport with that.
he was a good
Speaking
sport.
speaking of him, that's a little update I should tell you. He watches every single story I post, and he's like sometimes one of the first people to watch what I post.
Yeah,
And I'm like, if you're so obsessed with me, why don't you just text me and ask me how I am?
I
I would
know.
love to talk to you.
Just be like, hey,
Yeah, like I tried
that's
calling you
on
and I
him.
tried texting you. I know. Also, I didn't mention to our listeners, I look like crap because I just drove 7 hours across the country
Oh,
to get to this moment. But yeah,
yeah.
we're skipping that. We're skipping that day with our little Olympian character.
Okay, I'm finally to the correct date,
Same.
I think.
Do you want me to read mine or do you want to read yours?
Mm, I'll take the lead on this one because you just read.
Okay.
So now we're venturing into the last day of July. Last day of July. And we had just got done with the show for the night. And then, of course, we went out and celebrated at Fat Bob's. Classic.
Wait, you didn't write about McDonald's?
I did write about McDonald's, but
Okay.
I didn't write about it in full detail. I just said we went to McDonald's and had an interesting time. No, you have to tell them the McDonald's story because you were the one that was dying.
Okay. After we opened, I'll just read the McDonald's part.
Okay.
Today we opened Let's Hear It for the Girls. It was actually one of our best shows yet. The crowd loved it and danced along. This is the first time we had multiple encore numbers. After the show, we drove to the Ladysmith McDonald's to celebrate and eat. They forgot to put my french fries in the bag, so we had to turn around and go back. Madison pulled a hilarious mom move after we waited forever to get my fries. When we got to the window, she said to the girl, "Hi, we never got her french fries." The girl asked what size we got. She said, "Medium, but add a little extra." You know? You know?
You know?
You know what I'm saying? We were dying laughing. The girl actually listened and filled the entire bag with french fries. We got enough fries for all three of us. We then continued the drive to Fat Bob's, and then now Victoria takes over.
Yeah.
I just spit on my laptop from coughing. COVID, you guys. COVID.
Oh
It
my
is
gosh.
still making me cough.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, after that fun time at McDonald's, where we died laughing, laughing, we ended up at Fat Bob's, and we talked with Fat Beth, who was Fat Bob's
Oh
wife.
yeah! I forgot about her.
Loved her a little more, and then we had a drink, and then I wrote we were soon approached by old gross men.
I put two creepy men.
Interesting. Who swiftly moved away from us. So
Wait, I said one was bald and the other was missing teeth, so people know what we were dealing with.
oh my gosh, Wisconsin. Sounds like Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And then I say, and not too soon after that, we realized there's a fight breaking out right outside. We stayed inside and let whatever was happening outside happen out there. But we quickly learned that one of these men had brass knuckles on. And I'm not sure exactly what went down, but as soon as the parking lot emptied, we made our escape. That's literally all I wrote about Fat Bob's.
That's what you wrote. This is what I said. Please, there was a lot of people there. All of a sudden, a bunch of young people ran outside all at once. We saw this happen while these two creepy men came up to talk to us. They were old, and one was bald, and the other was missing teeth. They kept asking our names, so we wouldn't tell them. When those people ran outside, we quickly moved to the bar to get away from those guys. This rando girl came up to us and started telling us why everyone ran outside. Apparently, some idiot was talking about his brass knuckles in the bar and was threatening to fight a dude. So they all went outside to fight and or watch the fight. Toxic masculinity at its finest.
Classic. Classic.
This girl's boyfriend was out there too. She was telling us she didn't care if he got killed and she hoped he would. She was
This is
talking
so
about
true.
she was talking about being a nurse and how she wouldn't even clean her boyfriend's dumbass. So, I think they should break up.
Yeah, no, the way she came in, she was like, "Yeah, I hope he gets beat up. Like, I
She's
don't
like, I
even
hope he
care if my
dies.
boyfriend gets beat up." Me and Liz were shocked. The woman was too stunned to speak. We were.
We were too stunned to speak. Once the fight looked like it was breaking up, we decided to get out of there. Victoria and I did decide to go to Ted's to try to meet cute boys again.
Yes, I do
But to
have stuff written for
everyone,
Ted's.
okay,
I
you go for Ted's.
said, we went over to Ted's, where it was truly dead. We were the only two on the dance floor for a whole song, and we took that as a sign to leave because nobody wanted to have fun with us. And then I wrote
Yeah.
about, I had been messaging this guy who was in the area, and evidently he was at Ted's when we were there, and he
Oh,
saw
yeah.
Liz and I jumping around, having the time of our lives. And he messaged me after we had left and gone back to the hotel for the night and was like, hey, was that you? You should come back. And I was like, absolutely not. You should have approached me while I was
Yeah.
there.
Like,
And
why
me
didn't
and
he come
Liz,
say hey?
yeah. And like he didn't even have to get up because me and Liz, when we enter a bar, we do a walk around because
We
we're
do.
not fools. We have to walk around and scope out everyone who's there.
You have to find the cute boy and where you're gonna
Hmm.
go hang out so he'll talk to you or you talk to him.
Exactly. So we did a walk around. So I'm sure he had the opportunity.
Oh, he had plenty of time to talk to you. We were there for a little bit. We didn't leave
Yeah.
automatically.
No. We danced for a whole song by
It
ourselves,
just,
but we danced for a
yeah,
whole
we
song.
did. It just goes to show you guys are chickens.
Yeah, I wrote men will be men.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot to tell you this. Oh, that just reminded me of something I forgot to tell you about my week.
Okay, tell
While
me.
when I left in Maryland on Friday, this guy who I went to high school with, he liked me on Hinge like maybe a couple weeks ago or whatever, but I'm not interested. And so like I didn't match with him. I just like exited away. That should have been his sign, okay? He messaged me on Instagram and he's like, "Hey, how's my favorite actress?" And which like I maybe said hey to this guy in high school. That's it.
Yeah.
And I said something to Claire when I got to Maryland. I'm like, Claire, what do I say? Like, how do I respond to this? Like, I'm not interested. I don't even think this guy's ever even like went to a show I was in high school. I don't really know him.
Yeah.
And she was like, be like, yeah, I get told that a lot, or something like sarcastic or whatever. And like, so she sent that, and obviously I did not like mean that in any way serious. It was just complete sarcasm and a joke.
Yeah.
And he like was like, haha, like, how are you doing? I didn't respond. And
Yeah.
then at 2 in the morning, he did like the thing on Instagram where you can respond to like a message specifically. And it was to that one, like the, yeah, I get told that a lot. And there was an emoji with it too. Like it was a, like obviously clearly a joke.
Yeah.
And this is hours later, 2 a.m. in the morning. He goes, yeah, actually, not a good line. And he goes, but I hope you're doing well. Really love your work. And it was something like super rude. And I responded the next day and I said, that was a joke and sarcasm, but I hope you're doing okay. And then he continued to try to have a conversation with me
Yeah.
after he was rude to me and after he's not understanding like that I'm not interested. And this is the second guy who I've gone to high school with who feels like they're entitled to like have a conversation with, which I will have a conversation with anyone. I feel like I'm a nice person. I'm kind to everyone I meet, or at
Yeah.
least I try. I try to be a good person and I'm not rude to people. But the fact that he starts being rude to me because he can't take a joke or that I'm not interested, it, like why are these guys feel so entitled to like me go on a date with them and then they treat me like crap when I don't want to?
Yeah.
Because I told you about the guy who kept Snapchatting me, who I had to block, who was mad at me for not wanting to go on a date with him.
Yeah. It's absolutely
So
insane
I
how,
deleted the conversation.
yeah, I think I would have done the same thing too. It's like crazy how stuff like that can happen even like without a date. Like I've had guys
Yeah,
who I have talked to kind of like that, like talked to on a dating app for a minute, had said two
hmm
lines, and I was like, you know what? Like I'm just not feeling this anymore. So conversation ends there, and they just like continue making that effort. They've DM me,
yeah,
and I'm just like, what is going
yeah.
on? It's
That happened to
wild.
me. That happened to me too with a guy. And I thought he was super cute. He was tall, super cute, and like we had been
Yeah.
texting, but it was literally like 10 seconds and I like had gotten in the shower and he's like, "Did you give me the wrong number?" and like accusing me of like not wanting to talk to him and like texting me like crazy. So I just like stopped talking to him because he was weirding me out.
Yeah.
And it had been a week or 2 weeks, and then this weekend he messaged me on Bumble where we originally matched, and he goes, "What did I do?" And I'm like, "You weirded me out being so obsessive."
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Just like, why do guys feel like they are entitled to a conversation or a date
Yeah.
with you? Like, I literally, like, I don't know them anything. Like, you don't know
Yeah.
them anything.
I
I talked
can't.
to you. I talked to you. I maybe said hey to you once 5, 6 years ago
Yeah,
in high school. I know nothing about you besides your first and last name.
exactly.
And I
This
hope
is,
he listens to this. Like, he's made me uncomfortable.
yeah. And
Hmm.
you should always this is a message to our listeners. Let men know and know that you don't owe anybody anything.
Yep,
That goes for
exactly.
anything. Like you literally don't owe anybody anything in
You
your
don't,
life.
no, no. Always be kind to people.
Yeah.
But, like, as soon as they start crossing the line, you don't owe anybody
Yeah.
anything.
They think they're entitled, but they're not. And you should let them know that.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to go out with you, period. End of
Yeah.
story.
End of story.
All right.
And that is the end of
Well,
our Wisconsin stories.
that
So
is.
there you go.
We're finishing up this season very soon, and then we'll get back to our dating advice full time instead
Yeah,
of
we have
just
some
reading you crazy
ideas
stories. We do. We have
already.
some ideas
So
coming forward, coming soon about next
stay
season.
tuned. Stay
I
tuned.
I have to go watch The Bachelor with my mom and grandmother, so I need to go do that.
Yeah, no, go do that. I completely understand.
You get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shower and go to sleep.
Go to
Um,
bed.
but with all that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed our stories this week.
Yeah.
Send us travel stories, fun travel stories, if you have any. Please,
Send
we would
us
love to hear them.
any fun little ditty.
Yeah, anything that you want to send us, send it our way. And with all that being said, like, rate, review, subscribe, comment.
All the things.
That's it. Just do
All
everything.
right.
I'm
Yep.
Victoria.
I'm Elizabeth.
Like the
Like the
queens.
queen.